YouTube, take 2. You'll never see take 1, but take 2 nonetheless. Heaven's Vault is an adventure game by Inkle, who did a game called 80 Days, which I believe I've played, not completed. Are Inkle the studio behind the Yarg? I don't know. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. I'll move the camera and the donations for the Shoes for Trolls campaign jar around if needed. So I've still got the preview up.
Stories don't have tidy beginnings. The past is always present.
Let me know what the frame rate's like as well, please. Seems smooth enough though.
But there has to be a spark. Something that brings the past to light.
Please climb carefully. It's a robot with a face. Careful you don't roll backwards. It's a long way. Let me know if you want the sounds changed down. Let me know if you want the sound changing, by the way. I can raise things. Take a moment to rest before you walk, mistress, please. Okay. So I can move the camera. I'm going to wait till the bar fills up. That robot just disappeared. I saw it. Smooth, watchable frame rate? It seems in the preview. Can I move now? Yeah. Be warned, there's a lot of dialogue you'll be reading this game, so prepare accordingly. Oh, that's fine. I read the entirety of To the Moon and Finding Paradise? I never remember what the second game's called. Finding Paradise is either the second game or the dialogueless prequel to the second game. A bricked up opening. There is something here. To keep people out, do you think? Or to keep something in? There's something written here. Ancient script. It must have been cut in when the mortar was still wet. But I think I can read it. I don't narrate very well, I apologise. Yeah, I can't read that. Which is the point of the game, you're deciphering this ancient language, so, you know, that's fair. Heaven's Vault. Oh, I wonder if that's what that means. I should have taken a screenshot of that as a thumbnail. I'm going to have to replay this opening sequence off stream for a thumbnail. The University of Yox, some weeks earlier. But I figured there was a lot of dialogue in the game.
My story begins on Iox. That was where I met the robot.
Are we doing sci-fi stuff? Is this a sci-fi game? Mistress Elia? Mistress Elia Elastra. Well, the robot can do stairs, so it's already got one up on Daleks. I've been waiting for you. Oh, it's going up ramps. I've been asked to escort you to Professor Miari. She is very anxious for your arrival. Professor Miari wants me back on Iox? View. Hopefully I'm not getting thrown out of the university. Okay, so there's a timeline. How far out does it go? Oh yeah, there's a lot here. And who are you? I am a robot, mistress. As is apparent, this way. The genre of this game is complex, that's fair. Do you have a name, robot? Is that intended to be a joke, mistress? No? Robots do not have names. We are, as I understand it, interchangeable. I've known a few robots. They're all a little different. How kind of you to say so, mistress. So why has she sent you? Did you do something wrong? That seems unlikely. My ethical core protects me from serious error. Look, you're being nice to robots. Being nice to robots takes no time and costs no money. This way, you should know that the professor's urgency was remarkable. Look at her. She looks like a tiger in a cage. A most curious analogy, mistress. You understand, I will be required to report it. Required to? Of course. Professor Miyari is my primary user, mistress. Nevertheless, I will try to sugarcoat your opinion. You do that for me? Of course. I have been tasked with your well-being. Shall we proceed? The Tree of Knowledge. Or so they call it. Each branch grows more branches. The tree is still there, the whole university centres around it. Until you finally reach the sun, wherever that is. And they say robots are interchangeable. True that. Why is Miyari's room so far from everything? I imagine she enjoys her view of the tree, mistress. I am sure it is most pleasing to her.
I was 15 when Miyari rescued me
Not
from the
Miyari,
slums of
sorry.
Elbereth and brought me here. I'd never seen such luxury or such kindness.
What do you think of the sculpture? It has a pleasing balance to it. Worth the time it took to make, do you think? When there are people on Elbereth who don't eat? Are your own exploits worth the time they take, mistress? Should we not be making history rather than reviewing it? Be quiet, robot. Oh, that wasn't the reply I wanted. I went outside the university grounds once, exploring. This is a very beautiful moon. You can tell it was once lush, fertile. There must have been huge forests, lakes, rivers. They're all but dry now. You've not been outside? No. Okay. What a conversation that was. Okay, if everything's okay, I'm going to raise the music slightly. And the sound effects, and disable the preview to get some system resources back. So if anything goes wrong, please tell me. Because I cannot see the preview anymore. Professor Miyari? Alia, there you are. Come in. I came as soon as I got your message. You don't need to flatter me, Alia. Nonetheless, I'm glad you came. I know your work is important to you. Suppose if all robots have such personalities, they might be interchangeable. I don't normally assume such personalities are interchangeable. No, they're not. I'll do what I can to help you, Professor. Thank you, Alia. I appreciate your kindness. You are our expert on history. Tell me what you make of this. It's a brooch. Yes, Alia. But I didn't summon you halfway across the nebula to tell me that. It's certainly old. Empire period. The device is the Eagle and Sun. One of the scholars sent this brooch to me. Jeniki Renba. Do you know him? Did you know him? Time to get emotionally attached to this adorable robot and get very upset if anything happens to it? That is true. I don't know why there's no sound. I turned it up. I turned it up! From the Eagle and Sun design, it's clearly an Empire period piece. Did. Look at the detail. I see them. Ancient marking. You know what? I'm going to assume that the main menu is absurdly loud for some reason and just max out everything. Oh, I see what the problem is. See if that helps. There we go. I know they're a hobby of yours, Aaliyah, but can you read them? No. Not without any help. I've never seen either of these groupings before, but the two words have some common elements, so they must have related meanings. Well. Based entirely on the fact that there are 4 symbols here and 5 symbols there. Although that could be one symbol. Joint. Hey, can you see my cursor? Or am I waving at nothing? Oh, or am I circling for no reason? I can't remember if I've got capture cursor turned on. We can see the cursor? Oh, cool. So based on the fact that I'm assuming this might be one symbol, but I'm going to stick this in this order. Oh, I see. Well, eagles and suns are usually emperor motifs, so. Maybe. Holy Emperor? But I'm only guessing. An Empire period brooch in the shape of the eagle and sun. What's this about? Janicki told me he'd found something. It was over a month ago. Janicki isn't like you. He's an Ioxian through and through. You're worried about him. He's important to me, and I didn't know what he was doing out there. He told me he was going to a moon called Mercy. I can't go hunting the nebula for missing people, a liar, but you can. That's what you do, isn't it? Find things? Mercy is a tiny rural moon. That's where Janicki told Professor Miara was going right before it disappeared. Has anyone in the chat studied Asian pictographic languages? I have not, for what it's worth. I'll see what I can dig up. I'll look, but no promises. That's fair, thank you. Come back soon, Elia. Yeah, I'm not going to make a joke about the fact that someone important to you may be dead. And Elia, you're taking that robot with you. Oh, okay. Thank you, Professor. I long to see the nebula. At least I have a mobile light source. Oh, and before you go, you should look in on Huang. He was eager to see you. That doesn't sound promising. Oh, don't be mean, Elia. I know he's rather beneath you, but you could at least say good faith to him. For the benefit of our little company. I'll go and find him. He's down there by the tree. You must have walked straight past him on your way in. Good hunting, my dear. Would you recognize Renber if we saw him? Did you meet him? I believe he activated me, mistress, after I was uncovered. I suspect that is why Professor Mayari assigned me to you. Ah, gotcha. I mean, I know... Oh, and can I just say, Mistress Elia, it is wonderful to be accompanying you. If you're going to be following me around, I'll have to give you a name. I'm calling you Six. Six, Mistress? I shall remember that. I wonder if I got my Irish translation correct. I think I did. The shape shows this as an Empire piece. Oh, I got Emperor correct at least. And the Emperors believe themselves to be gods, so it makes sense that the words would be almost the same. Heck yes! But it still doesn't tell me, where did this thing come from? Learn the ancient word for holy. I can be confident of this translation now. What did you call your first robot, mistress? Presumably you did not call it one. Unless you were already planning your robocidal spree. Oh, you've got some wit, have you? Why does it matter what I called it? It's long gone. It matters, mistress. Robots are ancient. We are unique and irreplaceable. Once unmade, we cannot be remade. We matter. Robots are created. No one knows where or how. Somewhere distant. Okay. Tell me, are you still wasting your time on your curious notions of history? History isn't mine. It belongs to everybody. I'll just clear that. Most of us are decent people, Elia, and do not want it. You should devote yourself to a real science. Metallics, maybe. Loop philosophy. History is a science. It's the exploration of the past, through evidence and theory. Honestly. Most people think you will not be content till you have unearthed your own skull. Good faith to you, Elia. May the waters light your way. Wow, she was not nice. I really hate her. Understandable, mistress. Oh, the robot's pissed. I don't even believe in history here. They think the past and the future are the same thing. Like time was a loop. Like time was a clock face, mistress. It is quite rational. What a jerk that lady is. Oh, yes. Do you believe it? Of course not. The Great Loop goes against all observable properties of time. I'm going to have to pause the game regularly so I can check chat YouTube. Do enjoy Egyptian hieroglyphics. Look at his adorable little angry face. What was the thing? Pictographic languages. I know in pictographic languages each character is a concept rather than a letter, for example, if I'm not mistaken. But that's about all I know. And even that I'm not certain about. Not to mention basic entropy. But I've observed humans do not find contradictions hard to accept. Contradictions like what? Like you, mistress. You dislike robots, and you rely on them. You are interested in history, yet you ignore your own. You are interested in people, and yet you prefer to be alone. I stepped away from the computer real quick. Did the robot name itself yet? Can we name it? Elia has named the robot 6. The robot has queried what her first robot was called, and she's not said. Just that it is gone. Isn't everyone like that, though? Evidently not. Oh my god. The robot is so emotive. 6. What do you know about the Loop Temple? I know little of the Loop, mistress. The Loop priests claim that life is a great cycle. They believe that all that happens has happened before. Literally happened? Do they think we've had this conversation before? I believe that is the idea, mistress. Is it true? The probability of it is incalculable, mistress. There is no meaningful data. Boy howdy, is everyone going to get sick of my narration. There's Huang. This game a roguelike? No. Not as far as I were. Maybe he knows something about Renba. I think it's a branching path adventure game. I think. Elia! I didn't know you were back on Iox. Professor Mayari wanted to see me. Nothing bad. Perhaps. I'm not sure. She wanted me to find someone. Anyone I know? Oh yeah, the loop theory would make sense with the roguelike. Janaki Renba. But I know Renba, of course. Well, a little. What sort of man is he? You never met him, I suppose. He's fairly quiet, keeps himself to himself, likes his robots. But why has she sent you to find him? I thought you dug things up. By the waters, Elia, what's happened to Janaki? I don't know, Wang. I'm sure it's nothing bad. Oh my. Before you go, hardly seems important now, but I found a line of ancient in the annals of Mazwai I thought you might like. If you have the time, that is. Chronicles of Mazwai written. Mazwai was an ancient writer who documented the effects of the loop across the nebula. Always. Here, see what you think. Empress blank blank. I know one of these words. I'll have to guess the other two. What have we got? Buried / banished. Rebels, circuits, labors, robots. I'm gonna go with banished and robots. Oh, whoops. Empress banished robots? I think that's correct. It's quite a monster, isn't it? Huang showed me a passage from the Annals of Mazwai 11 seconds ago. But I thought there weren't any robots in the Empire. This suggests otherwise. I'd best not keep you. I hope you find him. Shall we proceed to your ship now? Have you sailed before, Six? Clear that. I seem to be waiting. I have no idea, mistress. Oh, he's such a happy fella, but I'm keen to find out. And so we left the hallowed walls of the university. Hey, quick chat, those of you who know what I'm talking about. On the one hand we've got 6, on the other hand we've got HK-47. Which do you prefer? Aboard the Nightingale. My ship is my refuge. It's the only place that's truly mine. The journey to Mercy should be quick, mistress. You want to sail, Six? I'm really not sure that I've sailed before, mistress. I should watch how it is done, I think. 6 for sure, HK will try to kill you at some point. Only if you repair his memories. And only then it's a maybe. Oh, what do you know about Mercy? Nothing. It is a moon of pigs and rice, mistress. Rice is good. Part of the Iox Protectorate, of course. Maybe Mercy will have a few ruins of its own. That seems unlikely. Music might be a little loud. I can certainly fix that. I'm going to assume sound effects are also going to be loud then. But it is not wealthy. Nonetheless, I will prepare the ropes. Oh yeah, that was hitting the red area of my audio levels. Plot course to Mercy. It's where Janaki told Professor Miyari who's going right before he disappeared, but why would he be visiting a rice farm? I could go there next. Oh, maybe he just wanted rice. Have you thought about that, Elia? Have you thought the man might really like rice? How do I do this? Nope. Oh. Just press space again, you fool. Ioxian space. Sailing to Mercy in the Verdant Pass.
Mayari wanted us to sail to Maerzi. It was a short sail through fast waters.
You'll need to turn right momentarily, mistress. I see the force of the river is fastest in the middle, mistress. On the surface it appears the same, but there are deeper currents below. How's the music now? Is it loud enough? Too quiet? I'm not the best person to judge because I've turned my headset down. Six is so smart. Six has never sailed before. The verdant pass. This is your ship, mistress? I call her the Nightingale. I found her in a ruined hall on Elbereth, covered in dust. She must have been someone's prized possession once. You here in time, sorry late? No worries, Draconium. Hey Byron Mask, how you doing? She's mine now. We're currently... That's Sassy. You can see the greenery from here. We're currently forming emotional attachments to a robot. I hope your day's been better, Draconium, sorry. Sassy, a farming moon. If Ren was here, I need to find him. And if he's not, I need to work out where he went.
We stepped off the ship and into the mud. Mud covered the ground and rock. And everywhere I looked, things were growing from the mud. And some of those things had legs.
Pig! Look at this place. Breathe the air. I mean, Six doesn't really breathe, I assume. I cannot breathe, mistress. But rest assured, I am most happy for you, all the same. Just figured out where to get Soul Trap, turned into a vampire and heading to it now. What have I missed from the stream so far? I beat the end of Crash Bandicoot 2. So you've missed the entirety of Crash Bandicoot 2 because I played some of that last stream as well. And literally all you've missed in this game so far is I'm starting to learn an ancient language that no one understands, and someone is missing. You recognise this character? What, Alaya? She's done all the promotional art for the game. Well then, let's see where Renber's got to. We're really lucky he'll have found an old pot. Not marijuana, actual clay pot kind of thing. Gotta clarify, some people might not understand. Question. So where do we start? There is a series of rice terraces. If we climb up away from the water, that should take us to the village. So it seems like Q is the nice comments and R are the really short comments. Or gives us the really short comments. I love these old moons with their ancient stories. Who is that, for instance? One of the older goddesses? It's me in the morning. She is guarding the fields. I would estimate over 1,500 years have passed since she was carved. That's a long time. Relative to what, exactly? There used to be gods throughout the nebula. Even on Iox. Before the Empire was founded. I'm surprised Iox let this one stay. Pig! I got sent home from school because you were on the 6th. That sucked. Well, I'm sorry that you're having a bad time. Yeah, I hope you're feeling better too. How old is the Nightingale, mistress? I'm not sure. Nearly 1,500 years old, maybe? There is no way I'm crossing that, mistress. Robots cannot swim. The wood is strong enough, Six. Wood is a laughable substance to build floors from, mistress. It can be chewed through by mice. He's not wrong. He is not wrong. So can wires. Okay. We love pig. I'll grab your headphones. Sure thing. I'm gonna go in this door. There's something scratched here. The emblem of Iox. I suppose this is where the Miezin leave goods for the Ioxians to collect. Okay, so it's pretty restricted on where I can go. Well, Janiki won't be hiding in there. That tithe bomb is big. This moon produces a surplus, mistress. For what good it does them. A genuine forest. Iox can eat its bitter heart. Iox has one tree. Welcome back. Still, I hope Renba didn't run off to live in the woods. We'd never find him in there. There's a bush at the bottom, so I can't go down. Okay. I can't get up there to try the door, so let us go back over to 6. I accidentally took a power nap on your desk. Feel any better after the power nap? Can you do a scan for Janiki or something? Mistress has mistaken me for a dog. Perhaps you believe if I had a scrap of clothing then I could trace his scent. 6, you've got Sass. So how are we supposed to find him? I have visual scanners of exceptional acuity, mistress. And if I see him, I will let you know. I can't think why they keep giving me robots. Every time I break or lose one, they give me another. They must take my safety very seriously. The university cares for your well-being, mistress. Did we complete Crash? Yes, I finished Crash Disastrous Mango. Less tired, still rather low. Fair. Yep, I beat Crash. Woefully unprepared for the anticlimactic boss fight. I suppose there's nothing old here. No ruins, no ancient kings, no crumbled towers. Of course not, mistress. This is a farmyard. This is a waste of my time, that's what it is. Renba's probably back on Iox again right now. Professor Mayari would have contacted me if that was the case, mistress. He is out here. Somewhere. Waiting. Oh, that's the map. Gotcha. Okay. Where does all the water here come from? There is a wellspring in the rock below us, mistress. The soil is permanently saturated by it. It's permanently saturated by the camera as well, apparently. If anyone is annoyed by me taking all these prompts to learn about the game, that's not going to stop. I play games for the lore and story.
The air smelled earthy and sweet.
What is a wellspring, anyway? A source, mistress. Nothing more. But what is a wellspring? How does it work? Obviously, it is a source, mistress. It has no mechanism, as I understand it. Rice. Rice. Do they grow anything else here? It would not appear so. Well, you can't eat rice alone. They've got pigs. A source of what? Commonly, water. Also air. Well, that's the wellspring thing. Anything else for me? I guess not. A warehouse. I thought I saw a face at the window. A woman. She ducked out of sight. But where do the things in the well come from? They come from the well, mistress. I do not understand the question. Yeah, Red Riding Hood. I think we all will hope you're feeling better soon. She dominates everything. Elbereth has a statue like that, sort of. It's just a pair of feet. Iox must approve, although I understood they had destroyed similar statues on other moons. It's just a pair of feet. Is that an OnlyFans account I see on the horizon? This moon seems most poor to me. There are no proper buildings. There is mud everywhere. Oh, hydrate, you're right. You've never seen fields before? This is how most people live. I did not intend to give offence, mistress. I have never been off Iox before. Forget it, Six. Just maybe keep your voice down a little. I don't know why Mayari wanted me to take you with me. The professor cares about your safety. I don't want to pick any of them. Then she certainly doesn't care about yours. Yeah, I don't think Elia has a good relationship with robots. Look at this thing. Beautifully crafted. Someone's carved something here. Symbols in the ancient script. I might be able to translate them. Holy blankety blank, Batman. I'm so sorry. These glyphs remind me a little of my word for emperor. Well, not these glyphs. These glyphs. Well, there's definitely some link between this word and holy. Maybe goddess? And if I had to guess, water? Does Holy Water Goddess make sense? There's certainly plenty of water here. She's guarding their most precious resource, keeping it all fertile. Large, generous, welcoming. A goddess of fertility as well, no doubt. Six. You were buried. Did they find you on Iox? Indeed, mistress. They chipped me out of a wall. Six. How long were you buried on Iox? I have no idea, mistress. I do not remember it. And you don't know why you were buried? No, mistress. I can only assume I was not needed. Perhaps robots were not trusted. Perhaps, mistress. Though I have observed robots to be both more predictable and more kind than most humans. Get wrecked, the human race. Six is dropping truth bombs here. We stand no chance. I, for one, welcome our new robotic overlords for their benevolence. Mistress, is something the matter? I am detecting certain elevated emotional markers. You're not detecting an elevated camera, though, are you? Like what? Shortness of tone, mistress. Lack of compromise. Markers. Are you serious? Humour is a weakness, mistress. I'm weak then. Truly, I am weak. Pig. What are the Chronicles of Mazwai that Huang's always reading about? I believe Mazwai was a pilgrim sailor. She writes about the various places of the nebula, and about how the loop has acted in these places. Mazwai believes in the loop, then. Mazwai is an original source for the hypothesis, mistress. As much as anything is a source in the loop, mistress. Master Huang says the book became common shortly after the establishment of the Holy Empire. So were you off while you were buried on Iox? Asleep? Is that why you can't remember it? I do not know, mistress. I cannot remember. Pig. Maybe the roboticists wiped your memory after they dug you up. If I'd been buried alive for 100 years, I'd be mad. Hey, pig. Showing the limelight there. It was longer than that. 1,000 years, perhaps. But I cannot remember them. I wonder what else you used to know. Hey, pig. Big fan. I see no pig, I see only myself. How dare they put me in the game without a permission? Oh, there's many of yous then. There's two at least, right there. Many of yous. What? Many of you. What did you make of Renber's brooch, Six? The one he sent to Mayari? I was struck by the craftsmanship. It seemed very fine to me. It is an artisanal product, high status. How high status? Hard to say. Possibly very high. So it's valuable? Most likely. Mistress surely does not intend to sell it. No. The question is, where did Renber get it? Do you care for your siblings? How do they taste? They taste bacony. Age-old question. If you feed a pig bacon, is it cannibalism? Can I pet the pig? Is that a thing I can do? Hey pig, get back here, I want to pet you. How many moons are there in the Iox Protectorate, Six? At the last settlement it was 23. Isn't that a lot to manage? There are no threats at present. This no doubt eases the situation. Okay. Even more rice. Just lying around. I could scoop enough into my bag to feed an Elberethian family for a week. No one would even notice it was gone. I had heard Elbereth was a Moon of Thieves mistress. I had assumed it was a slur rather than a strategy. I can't everywhere be like this. Enough food, enough space, water to spare. Had a bacon butty this morning. Oh, now I'd like a bacon butty. Given that pigs will eat meat, I think it's fair to call them opportunistic cannibals. That's true, they will eat anything. Indeed, mistress. There's plenty of rice stored up too. Elbereth should move itself here. I believe that is exactly what the Protectorate exists to prevent. You're right, Six, you're right. Up this way. You sound like you don't approve of the Protectorate. I am neither for nor against it in principle, mistress. Six just pushing a pig, although it does not appear sustainable. A leftover from the Empire? Indeed, mistress. The Ioxian Guard is an increasingly minor force. Let's launch a revolution. Mistress is most droll.
This was what passed.
From Ted. I think it's only cannibalistic if you swallow. Off topic, I can't find that enchanting table in Skyrim Whiterun. The enchanting table in Whiterun's in the palace, right? Dragonreach. Skyreach? Next to the mage.
For a street on Mayerzy. Buildings on stilts, jumping out of the bushes like children. It was so quiet.
You're not going to mention the pigs? You're not going to mention the pigs? Again, I apologise. I don't have a good narration voice, but I'm enjoying the game so far. Hopefully you're enjoying the stream. If Renber was here, then someone must have seen him. And all the pigs. This place is small and full of people. If they will talk to you, mistress. Why wouldn't they? You are an outsider, mistress. So was Renber. You know what? That's a very philosophical answer. Really, Six? Aren't we all outsiders here? Each and every single one of us, an outsider to everyone else. Trapped by our lived experiences, clinging desperately to basic human emotion and contact. Now, what would Janaki be doing here? Losing a shoe, apparently. I've got a well. Pig! Why do they build on stilts, do you think? Surely it doesn't flood up here. The mud, perhaps, mistress. Or perhaps animals sleep underneath. Or the terraces. This doesn't look like it belongs here. An effigy. From the Holy Empire, I think. And here's an inscription on it. In addition to the fantastic story in the hieroglyphics, that outside's great reminds you of a Ukami. I really need to get back to Ukami. Ukami. Is that a single word? Most likely not. Ancient scribes didn't always trouble to put in their spaces. I don't think they expected their writing to be read. Very peaceful game, I like Star 2. Yeah, I like peaceful games. Okay. Grand. Well, that's definitely holy. I think this is the perfect thing to go to after playing Crash Bandicoot 2, if I'm being honest. I don't know what context I've got for this meaning banished. Oh, earlier. Right, it's not been confirmed. Gotcha. Let's see now. This grouping is somewhat like my translation for banished. I have no context for this one, so. Related words, emperor and water. Interesting. Oh, it shares a symbol. I get you. I get you. I'm thinking follow holy light, or toward holy light. Because if it's banished, it can also mean the opposite of banished is a related concept, obviously. I'm going to put follow holy light. I could still change my mind, but follow holy light? I think this comes from the same site as the brooch, the one Mayori gave us on Iox. I can't proper Okami since no Japanese setup is. Oh. So be what? Okami. I know it's about Amaterasu. Right, that's what who you play as. I do want to get around to that on the channel. Actually, it is a if you haven't seen Okami, it is a absolutely gorgeous game with some really cool mechanics to it. I believe I have played it because did I give it to Byron Mask actually? I might have bought it for Byron Mask. I can't remember. Having another artifact should be useful in tracking down where these things originated. I'm on the PS2. Yeah, it came out I say recently, a couple of years ago. So call me more pig. Okay, it came out a couple of years ago on other consoles. I think, or at least I've played your copy of Okami Byron Mask anyway. I know I've played it, and you were present. There's another pig. By my faith, it stinks here. I do not believe pigs are known for their hygiene, mistress. Pig. Master Renbert could be in any of these buildings, mistress. Do you intend to search them all? No, because the game doesn't let me open doors. Do you have a better idea? We could locate a village centre and inquire. Well, Six, you need to be a little nicer towards our pig friends. I don't think pigs are known for their hygiene. Man, why this game got to call out my sister? Ooh, shot fired. Aren't pigs actually quite conscientious animals? I think I remember reading that somewhere.
3 paths met at the heart of the village. I could imagine them all, sitting around here in the evenings, sipping rucker and singing. It seemed nice.
Oh, am I back in control? Oh. Stranger! Yeah, they're very clean. God knows not just me. Greetings! Greetings to you! Welcome to Maersi. You have come to trade? If memory serves, they're actually pretty clean if given the option and freedom of flight. This is a beautiful moon you have. It is wet enough for us, certainly. Perhaps you can help me and come closer so I'm not yelling. I'm looking for someone. Who? Not a Maersian, surely. We are not alike as ants. We are alike as ants to you. A man named Janaki. I have not heard of anyone by that name. Good luck with your search. They say the nebula is wide. Helpful. It appears Renbu was never here, mistress. Perhaps we should return to the ship. Mayari told me to look, so I'm looking. Let's clear that. Please, I need to talk to you. Is that so? I found an effigy on the path. It's nearly 450 years old. Is that so? We are an ancient and noble moon. Keep the effigy, Ioxian, to remind you of the fact. Do you recognise this? I recognise the symbol of our Ioxian masters, of course. Masters? Certainly. They prefer protectors, but we need protection from no one else but them. Does the brooch belong to someone here? No one here would own a brooch like that. Not every slave must wear their chains. You don't like Ioxians? Neither do I. They are well-mannered thieves. You aren't afraid to criticize Iox. What would your people do to us? You already take our food. Good faith to you. Okay, so this isn't going well. Just gonna go up the hill. Look, Ma, no hands. You are from Iox? I was born on Elbereth. But you are from Iox. My name is Aaliyah. Then you are not her. Not Mayari. That's who you're waiting for? I heard your voice. You're Ioxian. But you said a liar. Do you know Janaki Renba? Yes. He told me someone might come. Janaki? My tall Ioxian. He left something for this Mayari. With the goddess to keep it safe. Oh, clear that. So Janaki was here. Do you know where he went? I'm looking for him. He promised he would come back. I did so like to believe him. I hope you find him. I'm sure he'll return. You Ioxians. You lie so well. Okay. Janaki left something with the goddess, did he? Now, why would he do a thing like that? Well, while I'm here... Do you know what Renba taught? Robotics, mistress. Okay. Every time I get comfortable, expecting a long cutscene. Did you ever talk to him? He interviewed me shortly after my activation. That memory is somewhat hazy, however. What is he like, Renba? I could not judge him, mistress. The interview was largely technical. He was mostly concerned with ensuring my vision was in line with his expectations of gravity. Okay. Mistress, if I may ask, if you weren't rooting in the mud for lost roboticists, what would you be doing at this moment? What would I be doing? I'd be sailing the uncharted reaches of the nebula looking for shipwrecks. There are places out there where no one's been for hundreds of years. There are echoes of ancient voices. But no. Instead, I'm standing in Pigmuck. And you're watching this channel. Awful you. Otherwise, I'd be scouring the markets of Elbereth for interesting objects. Things have a life of their own, Six. Things survive. Things travel from moon to moon, from person to person. Right after the tailor, have a grocer stream. Enjoy the tailor. Does that sound silly to you? Things travelling from moon to moon? Hardly, mistress. I am a thing. Or maybe I'd be in the library with Huang, reading up on old transcriptions. When the Empire was founded, they threw out the old way of writing. Erased the past entirely. But it's all still there, you just have to know where to look. And thank you for being here, Ari, by the way. Immensely. You don't read Ancient, do you? I would not know where to begin, mistress. At the beginning. It's always a good place to start. You're a person 6, you are a person 6. Angel has the truth of the matter. I must say, mistress, despite your cool manner, I am extremely excited to be working with you. You seem most passionate about your work. Why shouldn't I be passionate? Please understand, mistress. The only other person I remember is Professor Mayari. She is many things, but she is not passionate. It seems Professor Mayari was passionate about Renba. Otherwise we wouldn't be out here. Oh, just want to check something. Is it tea? It is. I was seeing if anything happens if I change it. No. Question. And what do the moons get out of being in the Protectorate? Theoretically, the support of the Ioxian Guard, but that is largely historical. More water. Just sitting here. There's not many people tending all of these crops. Plants are not like pigs. They do not require constant husbandry. What do you know about pigs? I meet people. They are also livestock. Oh. Oh, I see. I see how it is, 6. I see how it is. I'm just food to you. Is that it? Good faith. My apologies, Ioxian. My pigs need me. Please, if you could just... What's that, pig? Are you calling? Okay. Did I do something wrong? You came here. Perhaps that is all. The locals don't seem surprised to see me. Or to see you. I imagine robots collect supplies from here routinely. The locals, I note, also do not seem pleased to see you. Well, maybe you should notice less, 6. Maybe you see too much. How do I get out of here? Ugh. I stepped in something. Mud, mistress. I know what mud is, 6. Of course, mistress. Will your tracks cope with the muck? Of course they will. They clean themselves too. Good for you. My shoes don't clean themselves. God, the pigs are adorable. Do you think there is more to be learned here, mistress? Shall we leave? The woman said Janiki left something here, with the goddess. I want to find it. Definitely no robots here. No reason for Renba to come here at all. Don't imagine Renba met that woman on Iox after all. Maybe she's a robot. Have you thought about that? Maybe she was a robot in disguise. Maybe she is in fact a Decepticon. Or an Autobot. Or a neutral party. Maybe they found some robots here. They sent Renba to investigate and he disappeared. An interesting theory, but only a theory. Are there any mines here? Any excavations? They usually find robots underground, don't they? On Iox, yes. But I do not think we occur underground naturally. Oh, he's got some good lines. I hope there are pigs in the rest of the game. Good faith, master. Please, keep it quick. I don't want to talk to you. Well, at least he's honest. Oh, okay. I was admiring your statue. Who is she? Kibenya. She blesses the fields. Iox doesn't object to you having a god. Ioxians take away our rice. If the statue was rice, perhaps they would take it away as well. Return to your moon. Leave us in peace. Okay, I'm just gonna poke the statue again. Do you think it was just the inscription that I was supposed to pick up? Oh, wait. And here's Renba's mysterious secret, almost buried in the grass. A shard of crystal. Does it mean anything to you, 6? It is most curious. This moon does not contain any crystals of this type. What kind of crystal is it, 6? Iolite, mistress. Valueless. Like me. Myri's brooch. The stone inside it is the same as Renba's crystal. But games aren't political, Kappa. Undoubtedly. Collected enough evidence to infer a hidden site exists. Somewhere in the Cyclones, I don't know enough to find it yet. Evidently they come from the same source. And can we find that source? With some analysis, mistress, yes, I believe we can. Time to go, mistress. Let's get out of here. This way, mistress. I mean, Ubisoft said they aren't political. And so we left the warm, wet fields of Maersi. Bringing politics into my video game. My video games? How dare you? Aboard the Nightingale, Renba left a crystal for Mayari to find. But what was he trying to tell her? Well, I guess we go back to Mayari and see if she knows anything more. I am quite certain in my analysis, mistress. The crystal we found, mistress, and the elements inside the brooch. They originate from a moon somewhere on the edge of the Cyclones. The Cyclones is a dangerous wild. There's nothing there but clouds and storms. I'm aware of that, mistress. I wonder, what exactly did Renba discover? We'd better find out. Put out the sails, 6. crystal. Did remember to travel this way. Okay. Time to do some sailing. Feels weird playing with a keyboard, I'll be honest. The Verdant Pass, sailing to the Iolite Moon. But it seems to be capturing fine. So. Oh, that's all it is. Are there other ships on the rivers, mistress? Doesn't matter. I have not seen any.
No one knows how far the rivers go. No one's ever mapped them. Not even the robots.
Whoa!
Or, if they did, they aren't telling.
They really didn't like Iox on Maersi. I always thought Iox treated the other moons well. Oh, what the heck? Whoosh. This reminds me of The Path Turns Left Ahead, mistress, as should we. When Treasure Planet came out, which is an underrated Disney movie, there was a short game you could play where you were playing with like Jim's Solar Sailor or whatever it's called. If Maersi really hates Iox and Dioxians, what was Renba doing there? This just reminds me of that game. Something must have led him there. The camera keeps jerking around. There's nothing important about Maersi, mistress. I don't know why the camera's playing up. There, we'll go this way. Steer right, mistress. Nothing we know. Who knows what Remba found? You are suggesting he was on some kind of treasure hunt, mistress? Oh, Jim's theme is pretty good. Our data suggests the Iolite Moon is close at hand. I think a nice chill game would be good after The Witcher and Crash and before The Witcher. No, you are correct. Oh. View possible search locations. Well, I'm just going to keep going. There's a rock up ahead. What have we found? I might play Portal at some point soon on stream. It'll only take one stream. Above the crystal moon. Why would anyone come to a lonely spot like this? Yeah, it's just a long game, this one. But that is no problem. The Witcher is also long. We have arrived, mistress. The moon below us is rich in purple iolite crystals, but there is no surface flow. We cannot land the ship. But Ramba must have gone down somehow. Indeed. Most likely he used a hopper. We might do the same. Hopper? The Nightingale is fitted with a hopper, of course, for instantaneous travel. How does it work? There is a source. The source fires the subject and casts it into the hopper's eye. The eye refracts the signal, is focused and reconstituted. Ah, it's a transportation beam of Star Trek. But how does it work? I have no idea whatsoever. That's fair. Is it safe? Not really, mistress. No. This moon does not have any air. I will have to go down alone. But you're sure the iolite crystal came from there? From here? Statistically certain, mistress. The moon is rich in deposits of iolite. Please wait here. Just don't take too long. And don't die, Six. We're attached already.
A moment later, the robot was gone, and I was alone in the dark.
Happily, I have 6 views, apparently. Time to talk to myself. What were you up to, Rember? You didn't find robots on Mayorsi. What did you find? If I flew away now, I could be rid of that thing. That's not going to happen, though. Mistress. I found something, Mistress. This is Janiki's? The probability is high. I believe the moon below us was once a quarry. But this box is no artifact. Renber hid this box down there. It was a superb hiding place, Mistress. But whether it was Renber's doing or not, I could not say. We'd better not have damaged it. It appears intact to me, Mistress. I hope there isn't a snake in here. Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? A roll of cloth? Why would Renber hide something like this? He must have had a reason, Mistress. His choice of hiding place was extreme. Thick fabric. Janiki, what is this? It's a dildo. Some kind of rope. But it's hundreds of years old, and there's something stitched along the belt. Tiny characters picked out in a darker thread. Turns out I was wrong. This is a long one. Okay. Let me think. Well, that's related to Banished. And Goddess and Holy, so pilgrims. Please. That's how that works. Okay, it's related words light and water. Many? Also, it's light question mark and water question mark. Could be gather pilgrims together, many pilgrims ahead. Well, it's a robe, so I don't think many pilgrims ahead would make much sense. Gather pilgrims together. But the question is, why did Renber hide this? There's more in here. This is a decorative small book. It's beautifully preserved. The binding is in fantastic condition. This book must have been part of some ancient courtier's personal library, and there's something written. Man, if you make some poor life choices with these translations early on, you are really setting yourself up for failure, huh? Banished light maybe pilgrims? I'm gonna put book, but temple would also work, I guess. Book of future knowledge? Future knowledge? wonder how old this book really is. But that's not all. It's also a metal box decorated with studs. How did Renber get his hands on all this? There's an inscription on the lid. Not really. As you translate more, you do also realise some previous translations are wrong, if they were in fact incorrect. Oh, good. More words I don't know. God's will. I mean, thematically follow. Could be protect as well, but it's all mechanic you love about the game. That's fair. Does God's will follow us work? Some kind of offering box? There's a similar mechanic in No Man's Sky. I don't know if anyone plays that. I've dabbled. I have merely dabbled in No Man's Sky, where you find obelisks scattered around with words in alien languages, and that the more you find, the more words you understand, and the more you can actually interact with the other alien species that you encounter. Now, what's inside? A stone devotional icon of a grasping god. His head has been decorated with symbols too. This is 2 words, not 1. But where does one word end and the next start? Probably there. That leaves 1 word to guess. Sure. Is that or heart? And then that just makes me think of Vivek. Go with heart. Could see what Huang thinks when I get back to Iox. I'd hazard that this comes from the same source as the box and the book. This new find should help us to track down the place. So are these leads? Are these things what Renber was after? Just wait, mistress. I will consider the matter. Okay. Can you work out where the robe originated? I fear so. It is not a good location, mistress, but Professor Mayari was keen that we found Master Renber, and I am sure Master Renber is equally keen to be found. It's somewhere else, off the rivers. I am not exactly certain, mistress, but I believe Renber travelled far from home, into the eye of the cyclones, and most likely the winds there tore him apart. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. Choose a location, plot a course. Well, let's go to the Eye of the Cyclones, I guess. I will be wrapping up soon, just to make everyone aware of that. But not for another 10 minutes or so at the least. The Cyclones. Sailing to the Eye of the Cyclones. Renber must have really wanted to hide what he hid in that box of his. I wonder why. Woohoo! Hold on, 6. I cannot hold on, mistress. I have no hands. We're in one piece. We appear to be. Thread the needle, yeah. Okay, the game's forcing me to the right, I guess. I've been analysing the purple robe we found in Renber's tool chest, mistress. The fabric appears to be of a significant age. Is it the kind of robe that would need a brooch to hold it? Indeed it is, mistress. The soundtrack is £8. I can totally buy it. I would go so far as to say I can detect the pinholes, mistress. I think the Eye of the Cyclones should be around here. 6? What happened to the river? I do not know, mistress. But yes, the soundtrack is phenomenal. We are hardly sailing, but we are moving. The water droplets go left. I cannot see which way to turn at this branch, mistress. Suddenly super blurry. Ah, that's the webcam. Can't do anything about that. We'll have to choose one and explore. I see it. There's something up ahead. A moon? There is air, but no upriver, mistress. We will need to leave the ship here and hop her down. Please do not be alarmed. It is quite safe. Yeah, I can't do anything about the webcam, unfortunately. Short of just kind of closing the cover and reopening it and hoping it works. The Eye of the Cyclones. Will Rumba be waiting for us here in the centre of the storm?
The hopper fired, and for a moment I was gone. Not aboard the Nightingale, not on the moon beneath. It could have been a heartbeat or an hour. But I didn't feel the cold until I reappeared.
I didn't feel the cold until I reappeared. A pile of rocks, mistress, smashed together by the waters. It seems Janaki had a taste for places like this. I have a feeling about this one. Whatever Renber was after, we're close. I hope he will be grateful when we find him. We are taking considerable risk. This way. Look at this place, 6. No one happy comes to a place like this. You are here, mistress. Yeah, 6, that's what I said. No one happy comes to a place like this. Has the webcam problem fixed itself? Because I really cannot do anything about it. I mean, I can turn the webcam source itself off. Sometimes that works. Perhaps Renber is waiting for us just around this corner. We can hopper him back to the Nightingale and this chapter of my life will be done. Hydrate, you are correct. I should hydrate. Still blurry? Gosh darn it. It's the camera's autofocus breaks sometimes. Off. Back on. That did not work. And I got to say back on, like bacon, but back on. Yeah, there is nothing I can do apart from try to slowly adjust the camera's focal point. Sometimes I'm just sitting... Oh, there we go. I fixed it. Sometimes I'm also sitting too far away and the camera's like, hey, you're not in range anymore. Perhaps, mistress, perhaps. We can only hope. It's going to start food soon. Yeah, I'm going to wrap up in like 5 minutes, if that. I could wrap up now, actually. This is the start of a chapter, I guess. Hold it. 6. What's that?
Here, in the middle of the hurricane.
Heckin' loud is what it is.
There was a house. It was fine. Tucked in below the overhanging rock. Wooden beams, mud brick walls, shutters. Large enough for 2 families to argue over.
2 families.
It would have been
fair
measly on Iox and grand on Elbereth.
cyclones.
But here, it was impossible.
Someone built this? Buildings do not occur naturally, mistress. No shit, Six. No shit. How did Janicki find it? I hope we can ask him, mistress. So are robots capable of hope? Certainly. We calculate odds, of course. But even the most unlikely outcomes must always eventually occur. Hope is a mathematical certainty. Well, that's comforting. I like that. Why did the game get hella loud all of a sudden? It's not just me, right? It got really loud. The mathematics does not care whether you like it or not, mistress. Is that smoke? That is definitely smoke. Renber, are you here? Must be Renber. He's camping out here? Now, you know what they say, chat, there's no smoke without fire. I could vault over the wall here. Or you could go in through the window. Please, mistress. The floor beyond would only give way beneath you. Do you see any other way in? There's a freaking window right there. No, neither do I. There's a window. Blocked with rubble and ruin. Okay, that's not viable. This whole place must be slowly peeling away from the cliff. Perhaps you might forego going inside. So what should I do? Just go back to Iox and say we got so far, saw some smoke, and then we gave up? You don't think she'd send us right back here? I do not think Professor Mayari wants you to sprain your ankle, mistress. I know you don't have feet, Six, but honestly, they're not as delicate as you seem to think. Some kind of structure. There's a plinth inside. Looks like a shrine. Might help me date this place. Figure out what it's supposed to be. Is this place interested in a romantic relationship, have you asked? Here goes. Hell yeah. The floor seems sound enough. 6. Where did the robot go? Renber! Hey, boy. I didn't think that would work, I suppose. 6? So robots abandoned me for once. Look at this place, Elia. No one would live here. They couldn't. Nope, 6 has disappeared. Okay.
The ghosts were still here, cooking, reading, doing whatever ghosts do. The house was empty, but it hadn't been abandoned.
Why build something as big as this out here? Who is it for? Hardly comfortable. Whoever built this place wasn't worried about making it cozy. And there's an inscription here. It's old, barely visible. It's scratched into the plaster. Okay, that's a long one. Okay, I'm gonna go with Beloved. Smiles? These symbols resemble my word for banished. Do they though? Do they though? And this word reminds me of two others I've seen. Thanks, game. Thanks for doing this now. I'm going to put love. Oh, well, smiles doesn't make sense then. Shape. I don't think beloved is the right one. Stranger shapes and it begin. That's going to be wrong then. Is bird, frog, snake, poison. I don't recognise the next word either. Okay. You know, I'm beginning to think banished might not have been the right word, you know. Possible. It's possible. Stranger forms and love begin. Forms is poison and is not seen. Sure, why not? Hopefully some of that is at least correct. That will do for now. It's a beautiful example of the script. Pity I barely understand it. The angle is interesting too. Scratched by someone lying down. Let's see what's up here. A quick way down. Ruin and rubble. There's something wedged here. A splintered dagger with a vicious looking blade. Looks like it dates from the Ioxian Empire. No inscription along the middle of the blade. Still, I don't think I've seen anything of this weight before. So I think this comes from a site that's entirely new to me. Why would anyone need to bring a weapon out here? Do you like the game allows you to make translation attempts which can be incorrect? It doesn't tell you what's correct, you have to learn what's incorrect, just like learning a new language. Yes, I'm enjoying that very much. It's also reminding me that I am horrendously far behind on my Irish lessons. What's this? Snow. It's quite different than the rest of the building. For some kind of telescope? But the position and the bearings are fixed. The material on this is totally wrong. Is it metal? Rubber? It looks like it's something Aroy might have built. I must remember to ask her about it. And there are scratches in the top here. Something fitted inside the frame and was removed by force. Did you take something, Janaki? But if so, what was the stand meant to hold? Okay. Cool. I admit it might just be you. Oh no, I love language puzzles. Just don't look down a line. I'd better go and find where 6 got to. Mistress! We've been reunited, it's been so long. Evidently it is good to see you intact, mistress. How did you get down from that arch? I could not climb over the wall, so I drove myself off the cliff edge. Once I had dug myself out of the sand, I found a door. And are you in one piece? Evidently, mistress. Well, I know not to go that way. Actually, no, that's the way I want to go, right? I want to keep exploring. The building won't actually cave in on us, will it? I cannot guarantee that, mistress. Another cot. I found one just like this on the floor above. Someone grew too old or too ill to climb back upstairs, so they made up a bed down here instead. Someone died right here, mistress. You're sure? The evidence is minor, but significant. A person lay on the floor here for some time after death. What a smile. To anyone else, I attempted suicide, but I failed and instead found a way in. Yes, that is another reading. Renber? No. Whoever died here died scores of years ago. That's 20s, by the way. The lack of moisture on this moon has preserved the traces, but they are old. So where are the bones? The person who lay in state here was only removed recently. Are you saying Janaki took them? What remained of them? Someone did. Oh, I missed out my chance to press R because I was pressing tab. A fire poker. Might be worth something to someone. There's an inscription up here. More characters in ancient script. Hearth. I'm going to have to guess the whole thing. Holy knowledge and together. Bless. And fire. Just from contextual clues. This is a fireplace after all. And perhaps they were afraid of it burning the house down. Anything hiding in the shadows? Or, and hear me out, on a place with no water, you really want to propitiate the water goddess and give her all due honor. Just a thought. Certainly there is. Actually, when was the last save? Just now? I am going to wrap up the stream, I think. Otherwise, I could keep playing for quite some time. This is very much my kind of game. Thank you everyone for watching. YouTube, thank you for watching also. I hope you had a good time. We'll find someone to raid, so I'm going to end the YouTube recording. YouTube, please, as ever, please do stay safe, healthy, and wholesome. Swing by the Twitch channel if you can. If not, it's totally fair. Have a good one.